Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of our house renovation project. So everybody who already saw the last episode might imagine that we are still not ready with our excavation job, and today we will do some mix work, I would say. On the one side we need to excavate much more earth out of the building, but on the other hand we will destroy something. This is always quite funny, and to do some work here and there. So at that point I would say sit back and enjoy the video.
Yeah, the first thing to solve, or the first problem to solve in this video, is a little logistic one. You may remember the ramp I built up here at this point with my sweat and heart and so on. This is a few months ago now, and the problem is now I'm digging inside the house. This means inside the house I'm digging deeper and deeper. Now I'm 60 centimeters lower than before, and this means this ramp has to be removed, because now I can go in a straight line from the yard inside the house without any height difference. So as you can see here, I'm digging right from the yard to the house. I have here my old terrace stones I can let here, so this is necessary. This is not because of beauty or something, so this is only necessary if it is raining and stuff, that you don't have to move right through the mud. And as you might imagine, I'm still working with my little mini excavator inside the house, and I'm digging and digging and digging the earth out of it and moving it with a track dumper to the new hill on the other side of my property. So that could be fun, but unfortunately not in my case, because I don't have only earth to move, so there are many stones buried below the house, and this means I always need to separate the stones from the earth, because I want a clean hill on the property with only earth, no stones. And this leads into some handwork which is needed at that point, because sometimes you can do it with the mini excavator to separate the bigger stones from the earth, to only move the earth in the dumper, and the stone you can put on the side. But in the most cases this is not so easy, so it is much faster to do it by hand. So you always have to step from the excavator, move the stones away, and then you can dig again. And this definitely took many time and many handwork to do to reach this goal. You now may ask, okay, and where do you leave all the stones? So these were temporarily stored right in front of the house, and then from time to time I borrow a tractor with a front loader from my father-in-law. You may have seen this maybe already in one of the last videos, this green Deutz, very nice old farm tractor. And because my father-in-law is a farmer, so he also has a farm, and there we have the possibility to borrow sometimes the machines, so this tractor with a front loader is a big help. In addition, we sometimes get a trailer for it, so then we have the possibility to move away all the stones and bring them in to a disposal company. So this is what how you do it here in Germany. So then you see what I'm doing here. So I'm moving some gravel now inside the house, and from the pictures a few seconds ago that I am more or less ready with this area of the house. So we can start with the first layer of the new floor construction, now 60 centimeters lower than before. I think you can perfectly get an image if you check the height of the door, which was the original height of the room. So this is the first layer. So we have approximately 25 centimeters of gravel. So this is needed for the as known as capillary breaking layer. So this should prevent more or less the water rising up from the bottom to the future floor slab according to the capillary effect. And before you're asking, the black cable is the electrical main connection, yeah? So I need to be a little careful while working around. So then we have a few pictures again. So here you can see the preparation of the next part of the floor slab. And because this is not too big, we do this with our own concrete mixer. So with 2 people, you need around 3 to 4 hours to complete this part of the floor slab. So this is not so complicated, and it is really good to reach, yeah, in the middle of the room. So there come in the future some parts of the slab which are much worse to reach, yeah, with, for example, a wheelbarrow, yeah. So what we are using here, sorry, I have totally no idea how to call this in English. Maybe someone of you can help me out. So I would say this is a shaker. So it is needed, so maybe if I explain or if someone knows it, yeah, so it is needed to remove, or for venting the concrete, yeah, to remove the air out of the concrete so that the concrete slab will be much harder and much more resistant. So if someone of you knows how to call this kind of machine, yeah, maybe put this down in the comment section. Thank you very much. Yeah, so now we have the end of March 2020, and it's time for a small interim house tour, I would say. Yeah, so from the outside, of course, there did not so much happen. Yeah, of course, yeah, I'm working more on the inside, and here you can see the old concrete slab is completely demolished, yeah, in the normal area, so not below the walls, of course. And then here we never took a look into the basement of the building, so I promise we will do this later in maybe the next or the over next video. So here you can see the new electrical installation. Then we can walk along in the future dining room. Here you can see the concrete is already dry and walkable, and the rest of the room still waiting to be digged out. So this here you can see one of the bigger stones I found during digging. So this was a little bit too big to move it by hand, so I will do this later with the help of my mini excavator. So here we have the new concrete slab, and above there is a steel beam, and this is why we need it exactly here, because yeah, to be able to remove the next walls and stuff, and to not destabilize the building, we need to put some more props inside the building. So this is why the concrete slab is at that position. So this wall will be the next, and here you can see also that wall moved in the meantime, so everything is demolished. You can walk and look more or less through the whole building, and you may see that there is still a lot of work to do. For example, here on our half-timbered wall, so you may recognize all the props. So this means this wall is also not completely ready, so it is not able to stand on his own, I can say. So I will show it in a few seconds to you. So yeah, this is something of the old ceiling construction and so on. But let us walk through the future kitchen to take a closer look to the half-timbered wall again. So here you can see the stones below the sill beam, and there is a small concrete joint. This is still missing, so this must be now completed, and then we can remove the props, and the wall is like the other one, then standing on its own. Yeah, with the exception of this part, for example, because there is a complete sill beam still missing, and I can tell you from today, this will take in total 2 years from now on to complete both half-timbered walls here in the inside. For now we can take a more or less closer look to the restoration of the half-timbered wall here on the inside. So you can see there are some parts of the stands needed to be repaired with some new wood, and some of the crossbars needed to be repaired or completely to be replaced because they were in really bad shape. Yeah, so and some others were simply screwed on the stands with some metal angels. So what you definitely should do in a half timbered frame. Yeah. So then we can take a look at some pictures again. As I said, from that time I do not have so many videos. This is maybe some exotic possibility to to put some props under the building, but the problem is, now you can see it here, we wanted to create the next part or the next parts of the floor slab, and therefore we need possibility to we need a clean floor, of course. And here you can see all the gravel. These were the next few tons. I have absolutely no idea, maybe 10 tons or something around. So first I moved all the earth out of the building and then all the gravel into the building. And then we are in the kitchen again and want to demolish this wall, because this is also in the way, and we need it to have the possibility to expand the concrete slab, and then it's some action for demolish, guys. So we are young and full of energy, and this means a big hammer, a big guy, and a wall which is in his way.
Oder eben deswegen.
So you can see violence is no solution, but sometimes it's a good start. So the rest of the wall was then not so complicated, so we removed it. And I don't have to say that this was also really much logistics now necessary. So on the one hand, I have my Makita with which I needed to demolish the old concrete slab. But you never have to forget how many work is needed to transport all this rubble out of the building to the terrace, and then with the tractor and the front loader to the trailer, and then with the trailer to the disposal. So you will definitely see this in some future videos, how much effort is needed for all this logistic stuff. But at the end I removed more than 150 tons of rubble out of this building. So and everything more or less with hands, with my Makita, with my mini excavator and my track dumper. So here you can see it is not so easy to excavate the earth out of this area, because there are some oak beams laying in horizontal line, which are also needed for the props as a base. So I cannot remove them, so I have to dig around, and this is what is sometimes then needed. So you reach definitely not every edge or every area, so you definitely also need to take your shovel and dig it by hand. So there is no other solution at that point, because the area is simply too narrow to work with something else. You may also recognize the pickaxe on the left side of the picture. This is, unfortunately also sometimes needed, because the earth is so hard to break that I have no possibility to do this simply with a shovel. So I need this pickaxe to break loose the earth, and then I can use the shovel to move it forward, and at the end I use the excavator to put the earth into the track dumper. So this not only sounds like work, this definitely is some work. So here you can see it, my work with the pickaxe, and especially in this area of the building, the earth is with very much clay in it, and the clay is dry, and then it is really hard. It is really hard like stone, I can say. And then you have simply no possibility. So if I could reach this area with the mini excavator, everything would be fine. But as you can see, there's the oak beam and there's a prop standing on it, and therefore there's absolutely no way to reach it with any of my machines. So later on I sometimes also use my Makita to break loose the earth. So hard is this clay soil in this area of the building. Yeah, so this work may look like it would be not so funny, and I can tell you, yes guys, this isn't really funny, especially here in this narrow area below the oak beams. Yeah, so it is really hard to dig everything, to separate all the stones. So because of course, in this area there were also many stones buried in the earth, which needed to be separated. Yeah, and then everything needed to be removed out of the building. So in general, I think in the last 10 minutes we have seen around 2 months of the project, so 2 months of work, and this work was more or less full-time. Yeah, so I removed many tons of earth, many tons of old stones, and also transported many tons of gravel again into the building. So then we demolished the wall, we built the concrete slab, and then all the work you have not seen here in the video. So the props, for example, needed to be placed properly, yeah, so that the static of the building is not in danger and so on. So yeah, many work in the background which is not captured on videos and so on, but also needed to be done if you want to build a concrete slab below the existing building. Yeah, then you can see, so this is my strategy at that point. So I move the earth from the back of this to the front, to the excavator. Then I am able to use my excavator to put everything in the track dumper, and then I can remove the earth out of the building. And on the left side you maybe see this small pile of bricks, yeah, bricks and stones and so on. This will then come next. Yeah, so at the end it's clear everything must be ready for the next part, or yeah, for the next few tons of gravel and stuff. Yeah, and with this last load of the track dumper, I think we can finish this video. As I said, now we are in the middle of May of this project, middle of May 2020, and this is where we will start in the next week. I think then we will finalize this area with some gravel and stuff, and then we can build the next big part, really big part of the concrete floor slab. But I can promise you one thing, so this is always easier said than done. So of course there will much more happen. So I hope that next time you will tune in again.
Yeah, and that was it for today with this episode of our house restoration diary. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And yeah, because there is still much work to do, hopefully we see us back in the next week and the next episode. So thanks for watching. Have a great week and bye bye.